Hello, everybody. Y'all come on in, and y'all, we are so excited for our Entrepreneur of Color Spotlight. As y'all come in, y'all speak to us because we are so excited. And so, yes, everyone, this is our Entrepreneurs of Color Spotlight. And this is the spotlight that highlights an entrepreneur's business journey. And y'all, we do our EoC Spotlights every first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. And y'all, this is brought to you by the collaboration of three phenomenal organizations: the Appleton Public Library, the ColorBold Business Association, and UW-Madison Extension, Ada Gaming, and Winnebago County. For those who do not know me, I am Ramona Hallman. I am the chairwoman of the board of the ColorBold Business Association. We are super excited to have you on tonight. And even if you're watching live, thank y'all for watching live. And if you're watching the replay, thank you for checking out the replay as well. So tonight, we have a phenomenal speaker on tonight, phenomenal business owner, Fanni Xie. Y'all, we're about to have a great time. Y'all already know. I'm excited. We're about to have a great time. So I want to tell y'all about Fanni. She has played many roles in her life, such as, hear this, the first generation immigrant. She is an Army veteran, and we thank and appreciate her for her service. She is a social worker and a mother. And y'all, recently, about 5 months ago, she was excited to, guess what, take on another role as a business owner. Her and her business partner, Amber, opened, here we go again, the first, y'all, she liked to be the first Asian pop culture theme bubble tea shop. Uni Bubble Tea. Guess what, y'all? It is in downtown Appleton. And so without further ado, we are going to bring Fanni in. Hey, Fanni.
Hi.
How are you?
Having me here. I'm good.
Yes, and we are so excited to have you. And so we're going to hop right in because I know what's on everybody's hearts and mind. They want to know more about your phenomenal journey and your business. So we are going to just chat and have a great time as we are having this conversation. If you're watching live or even the replay, I want to make sure that if you have questions, you can drop them in the chat. We'll be able to answer them if you are here live, but even if you post them in the replay, we'll also be able to connect. And so, Fanni, it is your time. So talk to us. Tell us more about your business.
Sure. So, like you said, Uni Bubble Tea is a theme bubble tea store that is first of its kind, and we're located in College Avenue in Appleton downtown area. So we serve authentic bubble teas and tea-inspired drinks. And currently, we have primarily three products to offer. The first one is authentic bubble tea drinks, including fruit teas, milk teas, smoothies, yogurt drinks, coffee, or holiday drinks. We have a topping menu with over a dozen topping selections, boba selections.
Wow.
All drinks are highly customizable from topping selections, ice levels, sugar levels, non-dairy, gluten-free. So we believe anybody can find a drink they like.
Wow.
And is we have bakery goods and Asian street food. So my business partner is a very talented baker. She creates Asian traditional desserts, festival food, and modernized Asian desserts. And the other thing we have is bubble tea and Asian pop culture themed merchandise. We have keychains, pins, little stickers, and we create our the that's the important part of the store, I think. The store serves as a destination of Asian pop culture and a curate a community inclusive experience for everyone who come to the store. And we have Asian pop culture products, manga books, we have cosplay meetup events, and we are decorated with Asian themed decorations, beanbags, stuffed animals, and we have local artists who paint our walls. So the goal is to create a welcoming environment for people who from all backgrounds to experience culture and arts.
That's amazing. So, I mean, as I hear you talking about it, I can feel it all over my every being that this is your location is an experience. It's like if I want to experience, I just need to come by, right? And so you said it's so many to choose from. So it's like I like each time I come and visit, there's probably something new for me to try.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I want to put you on the spot, but if when I come in, because I'm so excited to be able to come, what would you suggest that I try first?
Okay, so our break. Well, this is the thing. Before I open the store, when I train my barista, I tell my barista to taste every product that we have. So they know what they like. Whenever a customer come in, they will ask them questions. If you like creamy drink, you like a fruity drink, traditional, more adventurous drink. So they can suggest drinks based on your answers.
Okay.
And if you don't know what to choose from, we do have an option in the menu that says surprise me.
Oh.
That's because we know we have an overwhelming selections, and then you let the barista choose for you.
Ooh. Okay, so definitely could not wait. And so we do have out in our viewing audience, hello, Kim Yada. She wanted to say hello to us. So thank you for joining us and hello. So let's talk more. Okay, so I'm loving the business. I love your business. What motivated you to start?
Well, as a tea drinker myself, as a first generation immigrant, I grew up in a multicultural environment, half there, half here.
Okay.
Tea is always the important element for Asian culture. And as a tea lover, my mom introduced me to tea culture at a very young age. And I kind of find out in recent years, bubble tea is becoming popular internationally, which is invented back in the 80s from Taiwan. Okay. And the beverage combines multiple ingredients together to create something healthy, tasty, and looks pretty. So, and bubble tea has a much broader customer base than coffee drinks. And me and my business partner, Amber, see this as a business opportunity. So we want to bring a piece of our culture to the Fox cities. And food and drinks are always the easiest and fastest way to introduce a new culture to a group of people. And like I said before, we want the store to become not only a place to serve food and drinks, but a destination with interactive activities, products, and events. And it's our goal to make everybody from every background to feel welcomed in the shop. And we want our customer to experience other cultural elements and share the fun with each other.
Yes. And so I truly love this, love it, like you say, like to be able to really bring the culture. And I think that it is so much there. So you have the experience, you have culture. And then, of course, when you have something that tastes good, I can get a great drink, I can get some great desserts, whatever that is. And so to be able to look at it of like, yes, and then to find the space, like you said, you and your business partner to say, okay, wait a minute, this is an opportunity to be able to do this. And that's phenomenal. So it may be people that's like, I may want to do something like this. Okay. So they may want to do a bubble tea, or they may want to do something like you are just doing, something so unique and bringing culture in it. So if there's someone watching that would like to explore your business like yours, or that opportunity of bringing in culture to something that may be unique and different, what would you say would be their first steps, the first steps a person should take?
I think you need to start early. And then I know, like me, I'm not like a traditional business owner. I don't have any experiences in food and drink services.
Hmm.
A totally different major. I was in a psychology major, and I have never worked in food business.
Okay.
um, I need to actually do a lot of research before I can actually make my dream come true. So you need to start early, gathering pieces of your ideas together. Even it's just something really small, record it, write it down, put it on the
Hmm.
sticky notes on a board. And later you are able to connect them all together and create a usable business plan. If you do not have like a solid idea, I have an idea here and there, that's okay. Just write them all down, and you one day you'll find out you can connect them together to become like a whole thing that you want to do. And don't be afraid that you lack the experience of business in accounting or marketing. You will able to get the help that you need from so many community organizations, mentorships, and most of the time they're free.
Wow.
And then the other thing is, I talk about do your research. Before I open this store, I have visited almost every single bubble tea store in 500-mile radius. Everyone. Yeah.
Wow.
Actually sit down in the store for hours. I count how many customers have come by, what kind of drink they like, what's the most ordered drink, how's the workers like responding to customer questions, what's on the menu, and what's their feedbacks, customer feedbacks. I recorded everything, and I ask tea stores, gave me suggestions about, I'm just gonna, sometimes they don't tell me, sometimes they do tell me how many customers do you usually have during winter time, summertime. And so I write them all down whenever I trying to create my business plan or apply for fundings. There will be people asking, where are your numbers come from? So I'm confident enough to say that I have visited every store within the radius, and I come up with this data that I'm confident about.
This is amazing, Fanny. And Kenyatta said that this is some good advice, because this is so powerful what you've said. Like you said, to start early, but then you're talking about the research part. And I think that is so powerful. And it wasn't okay. So yes, we know that there's like Google and different ways that people can say I can get information, but there is nothing like seeing it for yourself, right? And so that's really, and then what made you choose to go the 500-mile radius? What made you choose to really go and sit in these places? What made you do that instead of just like, oh, I can Google it?
It's not convincing. Google is not convincing enough. And then when you Google it, usually the report will come up with a data from bigger cities like Los Angeles or East West Coast, where all the bubble tea shops at. And that data cannot apply to yours. You have to actually visit the cities that's similar to our city, have a customer group that's similar to our customer group, and come up with that data.
Wow. So you did, some going in, getting your data action in. And so you said now you have stepped into a space that is not the world you were accustomed to being in. And so we do have a question from the audience. And so because I know you stepped into a different space, and so Kenyatta asks, what did your process of finding good vendors look like? Because when you stepped into a whole new world and now a whole new space, and then now you have to find vendors. So
I think finding vendors is an easier part because, like you said, there's so much research tools. But the problem is choosing the vendors that really trustworthy and have a good price and have consistent shipments. That is very hard. I do encounter a lot of problem with vendors where I purchase one product from them and then they have shipment problem. I'm short on one particular type of boba. I have to put it out of order sign for that boba.
Okay.
And I learned that you have to actually find several different vendors. And they are pretty open. You just shoot them an email, just call them and ask for a catalog, ask for a quote, and gather that information, compare with every vendors that they have, and compare the price and ask about how long does it take for them to get your shipments, and ask them if your shipment is consistent.
Okay.
And don't stick with one vendors. Find multiple so you always have a backup.
Always have a backup. Have a backup for the backup for the backup, right?
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you for answering the question, and thank you, Kimyata, for the question. So now, like you said, so you have the vendors, and then you did some research. You've been moving along here. So in the very beginning, did you get any business support? And that could, when you started, that could be formal or informal, like support.
I got a lot of support from everywhere.
From everywhere. Okay, so talk to us give us some examples of what everywhere looks like.
First of all, I belong to the veteran community.
Mm-hmm.
And I was in the veteran student group of UW-GB when I was in school.
Okay.
I was interning as a veteran student advisor there. My supervisor is super helpful when she finds out that I'm starting a business. She actually provided every connection that she have, provide me space for tasting events, provide me audience for the tasting events, spread the words in the veteran community about me opening a business, introduce me to different people. That's how I start networking for my business. And then I actually go online, seek help from different organizations, such as SCORE, which is a volunteer group that business advising group.
Mm-hmm.
Great. So I meet my mentor, Paul, who's a CPA, who is also a veteran. He has been visiting my store, I would say, twice or three times per week right now.
Always great to have the cheerleaders coming in and supporting, right?
Yeah, exactly. Cheerleaders, because he's not only a supporter of the business, he becomes like a emotional support for me too. Sometimes.
That's great. Mm-hmm.
It's stressful to run a business. It's great to have somebody understand where you come from, how you started, and listens to you and support you. And then I have to say that when I tried to start my business, it was not very easy because, as I told you, I have no experience. The most important part is bubble tea is still something new in the area. I have a great business plan written up because I have attended program offered by the Fox Valley Technical College. It's called Innovation Accelerator Program.
Mm-hmm.
And that program teach me how to do business plan, how to start marketing, your visions and everything. I was able to create a 60-page business plan with 3 to 5 years financial projections.
Wow.
It was a great business plan. That's what I told from different banks, but 10 different banks said no to me for my business loan. Then that because it's COVID, the time of COVID, and in order to borrow $10, you probably need 20 in your bank account.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other thing is this is a new thing. Bubble tea is a new thing. And when you talk to people about your business, most of the time they don't understand what it is, and they've never seen a similar business in the area. They don't know if you're going to success or not.
Okay.
So that's the hard part. I was fortunate enough to have an organization which called WIBIC. They have a loan officer who's also an immigrant from an Asian background. He actually know what bubble tea is, know exactly what I'm doing. He actually talked to the board and get me the loan.
Come on now. Wow.
Presentation I have to present in like a board of 20 or 30 different people is scary, but we did it.
That is amazing. And I think about it when you're talking about support, and like you said, from the support of being in school, and you have, people that that begin to tell the people in their circle, and it began to expand to even this space when you're talking about a loan. Because I know that sometimes as business owners, people be like, I have a great idea, I'm excited about it. And then, like you said, you have the business plan it could be framed because it's so awesome, but yet people like the banks and stuff that people have challenges getting through. But I think it's so powerful to have an advocate or a voice, like you said, to be able to stand on your behalf. And that's great because it opened up a door that we're able to see such a unique business. And so that is phenomenal.
Right. It's I just want to advise, if you were trying to start a business, it's okay to hear a lot of notes. You're going to hear notes from a lot of different people, not even like from banks, from your friends, family and members, saying you're going to lose money, you'll never get a loan, you'll not be successful. That's okay. You only need that one person believe you and fight for you.
That one person. And so we have another question. So we have Mia who says, congratulations on the loan. And she says, what bank or credit union did you get your loan from, Fanni?
Okay, so I did not get my loan from a bank or credit union because they all refused me. I actually went through non-traditional loan. I think a lot of the audience should know about these organizations who are not banks, but they work with SBA and they provide special loans, business loans for minorities, women, veterans, and people from low-income areas. So there's at least two organizations I know of. There's WIBIC, there's CAP Services. So both of them will provide loans for those people who need to maybe work on their credit score, that have no previous experience, or they have no collaterals. They were willing to guide you, mentor you, and put you in the right direction to get your loan. Even though maybe the first time you apply to them, they're saying, okay, it's not enough for us to give you the loan, but they will have classes or one-on-one mentoring, tell you what you need to work on in order to get the loan.
That's powerful. And I mean, I'm so glad that you shared that. And thank you so much, Mia, for that question. Because like you said, if this is a non-traditional way, like you said, some people may have great ideas and great visions for business. But because, like you said, you may hear no, 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 you may hear no 1,000 times, so many times. But knowing that you can go different routes. And I love it that, like you said, like the organizations that if you don't, it's not just a no and just the door is slammed. It's really a not yet, because if you follow the process, or if, seeing what they're saying, the journey is to get to where you want to go, you can definitely get the help that you need. So that is awesome. Thank you again, Mia, for the question.
And then I want to add that not only loans, and work closely with the government. So they receive government fundings and grants. And sometimes even if you are starting small, you don't probably even need a loan. You can get a grant for free. And they have that resource.
So I love that too. So being able to utilize the resources, because like you said, I mean, well, free money, like that space of like things to help you get started. Love it. Yes. And so when you said like, so this type of support that you've gotten, and so this is getting started and throughout the course of these 5 months, right? How your support has looked. And so that is great that you have still the connections that is still helping you, right? So how important is that?
Yeah.
So it is really looking at this space of, hey, my support doesn't end just when I started. It goes throughout the entire time. Like, stay with me, whatever help that I can keep getting. And so when we look at your business, so 5 months, a little bit over 5 months, how has your business grown or changed in 5 months?
Well, first of all, we started off about 20 different drinks on our menu, and now it's doubled. I think because that my baristas are amazing. They have previous barista experience or bar experience. What I asked them to do is that they enjoy free drink, a limited free drink when they're on clock.
Okay.
So they become creative. And they start to play with all the materials, sauces, fruits that we have, and trying to create something new all the time. And whenever there's a holiday coming up, they say, hey, let's create a drink for Thanksgiving. Let's create a for Packers game. So that's what they did. And then if I test it, it tastes really good, I put it on the menu.
It goes on the menu.
And I have to say, we have probably another 20 more drink in our secret menu. That's too much to put on the menu. So
I'm about to say, wait a minute. You said a secret menu. There's a secret menu?
Yeah.
Did you just let us in on something?
Sometimes I'll post on Facebook about the secret menu. We have a barista create like a whole Sailor Moon drinks for each characters, and we have like cheesecake drinks, and it's too much to put on the
It's too much, but if you know about the secret menu, you can be like, there's the secret menu. Give me something off the secret menu.
Yeah, have a unicorn drink and there's a mermaid drink. There are customers know we have those things.
Oh, okay. All righty. So that's why when I'm like, oh, which drink should I try? So now I'm gonna be like, okay, I have to be on the lookout and looking at the secret menu and see what I want to try too.
Is we're trying to introduce more merchandise, and there of course I told you those kitchens and Asian pop culture themed merchandise, but our merchandise is growing by introducing arts and crafts that created by our baristas. So we have baristas who's a crafter, who's a graphic designer. They actually designed a character for each of our drink. There's like more than 20 different cartoon characters represent each of our drink on the menu, and we made them into pins, we made them into stickers, and they're for sale in the store. And all our barista who created them will get the profit. So it's like a kind of like a consignment situation. They can put patients in the store to sell them.
That's amazing. And I think, okay, so we may have to talk about this offline, but that's a whole new business structure. Like, that is amazing. And so in this space here, can you share, I mean, you have been sharing so many great nuggets. Can you share any lessons learned being a small business owner?
One important thing I learned is you learn from your customers, because you make money out of your customers. They're your god.
Be like, they got all the information.
So never ignore customers' feedback and the advices. They're important. We have customers suggest to create, to do reusable cups to help with the environment, and they can save some money by using the reusable cups. And we just did it, and it sells greatly. Like, we sell a lot of cups for like 3 days period. We just got them, so
wow.
it's great, and that comes from customers.
Okay.
Whether the suggestion is negative or positive, it's all helpful for you. Never ignore their reviews or feedbacks. And if they leave you a negative review, try to talk to them, figure out what's going on so you can fix it. Don't take it personally and frustrated trying to argue and everything.
Yes, and I think that is powerful too. Like you said, like, what would you argue about? But yes, so the positive and negative, like how you can look at it as negative. Feedback is feedback, and how you can take that to be better, that's what you do. That is great, great advice. And so, is there one thing that you are particularly proud of in your business?
First of all, we introduced something new in the area. That's
new in the area.
The other thing I'm really proud of is that we have a whole business model that support the community and support my employees. Like I said, I try to, like, when I interview with them, I try to find out what's their dream, what they want to do in the future. Of course, they don't dream to become a barista.
Like, my dream is to be a barista.
I'm trying to find out what they want to do in the future, and I try to help them to achieve that goal. Like, graphic designer, you want to sell your products, you can sell in my shop. If you want to go back to school, we can figure out some kind of plan and adjust your hours. So it's my shop and it's their shop too.
Mm-hmm. That's amazing. I really, really love that. And so, before we get out of here, talk to us a little bit. What's on the horizon for your business?
Ooh. So of course we're gonna bring in more snacks, bakery goods, and product offerings. That's for sure. We are going to create more like experience immersed environment. We're getting Japanese style vending machine, cloud machines, and we have more culture related items. I already bring a display of Chinese traditional clothing, and we're gonna have a rack with many clothing that people can actually try it on, have a photo up.
Wow.
And we have a tea leaf display and educational board talking about which tea coming, like how to brew them, where they come from, the background of everything. That's on the horizon. And the other ones, we are trying to get more events and catering going on.
Okay.
Hopefully you can get a food truck in the future so we can participate in fairs, catering events, birthday parties, or even bigger events like farmers market.
Yes. Okay. All righty. We are super excited to see what is happening and what you definitely have on the horizon. And so, in the next 5 years, so we'll stretch you a little bit further. What do you see for your business in 5 years?
Okay, we definitely gonna open the second store.
Second store. What?
Focus on more food items.
Okay.
Because we don't have a kitchen right now. But in the future, probably dumplings, baos, hot pots, stuff like that.
Okay.
And the other thing is, that's for the store. For myself, because I'm a social worker. I'm working on to support veterans, minority, and other small business in the area. I wish to work in some form of non-profit organization that can help them with that. I'm willing to share my resources with everybody that want to start their own business, share my
Yes.
experience and introduce them to different vendors that I have, different mentors I have to bring culture and diversity in the area.
Okay, super, super exciting. And so, anything more that you would like to add to your fellow entrepreneurs or supporters out there? Anything that you would like to add, or any advice before we close out?
I think most importantly is I don't have experience. I don't have collateral. I just have a business idea. I got started. No matter what stage you are on to start your own business, just put in your effort. You'll get there.
Okay.
All the help that you need. It's okay to hear no's. Again, it's okay to hear a lot of no's. You eventually don't ever get discouraged. And then do something that you're passionate about. That's where your motivation come from. There will be time you're super stressful. There's a lot of work, a lot of pressure, and that motivation will keep you going.
Okay. Woohoo. And so, of course, we thank you so much, Fanny. And then, if anyone out there would like to know more about Fanny, just really about her journey, really just more about her, the best way, the easiest way to be able to learn more is to go to Facebook, and then you can see where it says Uni Uni app. And so, y'all definitely, I think, let me see, I think we may have another, oh yes. And Mia said, thank you, Fanny, for telling your story and being such a visionary. So we want to make sure. Awesome, awesome. Thank you, Mia. And
And
so,
yeah, I want to say that if you have any question, you want suggestion, you want to know more about how to start a business, just message that, Facebook account. That's me on the other end.
on the other end, I can say, hey. So thank you so much, Fanny, for spending time with us and sharing your journey. We truly appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay. So, everyone, that was amazing being able to spend time and chat with Fanny. And then, of course, if you are a business owner or if you know of a business owner that would like to be featured on our EoC Spotlight, you can send an email. You can email yvue@apl.org. You can also email ColorBold Business Association at gmail.com. In the chat, you'll be able to see a link where you can able to click on and to be able to get even more information. So y'all, we truly appreciate and thank y'all for tuning in for our EoC Spotlight, and we will see y'all next time.